Protesters and police clash after death of taxi driver in Indonesia. Mass protests have broken out in cities across Indonesia with clashes between police and those in attendance following the death of a ride-sharing driver who was hit by a police vehicle on Thursday night. 21-year-old Afan Kurniawan had been taking part in the action opposing housing perks for politicians and cost-of-living issues. On Friday, tear gas and water cannons were fired at crowds gathering in the major cities of Jakarta and Surabaya, while some protesters threw Molotov cocktails and fireworks. The unrest is seen as key test for President Prabowo Subianto, with frustrations over a lack of jobs, low wages, high taxes, and rising living costs. Afan Kurniawan's funeral took place on Friday, with his former colleagues accompanying him to his final resting place. They were joined by Jakarta Police Chief Asep Edi Suari, as well as politicians Rika Daya Pitaloka and former Jakarta Governor Anies Baswedan, who expressed hope that the case would be thoroughly investigated but called delivery riders to stop their protest in order to maintain stability. As this was happening, protesters gathered outside the police headquarters to demand justice for his death. An apology has also been issued to Mr. Kurniawan's family by President Prabowo Subianto, who said he was shocked and disappointed by the excessive actions of the officers. The governor of Jakarta, Pramono Anung, also visited Mr. Kurniawan's family, expressing condolences and offering financial assistance for funeral arrangements. On Friday, 7 members of the Mobile Brigade Corps, Satbrimob, were found to have violated the police professional code of ethics. As the day went on, tensions ramped up, with protesters trying to block a police convoy and throwing rocks at the vehicles. The crowd continued to grow, as students from the local Pertamina University arrived. Earlier, protesters had put up a banner on a nearby pedestrian bridge that read "Arrest the damn officers." In Kuitang, an area of central Jakarta, tensions rose as the protesters marched to the road in front of the Indonesian National Police headquarters in Kuitang, central Jakarta. Earlier, they had been blocked by the Marine and Army squad. Police fired tear gas at protesters from inside the station, with protesters also attempting to block a police convoy and throwing rocks at the vehicles. Despite heavy rain, some protesters threw Molotov cocktails and firecrackers towards the police compound, the BBC's partner Indonesia, Compass, reported. Protests were also seen taking place outside of Jakarta in Jawa Barat, Surakarta, Bandung, and Medan. Drone footage of Mr. Kurniawan's funeral showed thousands of riders turning out in support, some on foot and others on their vehicles, many dressed with the distinctive green of their employer Gojek, a multi-purpose app that includes ride-sharing services. Following Mr. Kurniawan's death, Gojek released a statement which read, "Behind every green jacket, there's a family, prayers, and struggle." Afan Kurniawan was part of that journey, and his departure leaves a deep sorrow for all of us. The company added that it would provide support to Mr. Kurniawan's family. While the protests, which have taken place throughout this week, are about a wide-ranging set of issues, one of the core complaints is about a new monthly allowance for lawmakers. They are set to receive 50 million rupiah, $3,030, £2,250, which is almost 10 times the minimum wage in Jakarta, Indonesia's capital and its largest city. Protesters are also demanding higher wages, lower taxes, and stronger anti-corruption measures.